Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that Lionel 8310 that arrived with its original slope back tender. I pulled the motor out, got it lubricated, cleaned up a bit. Haven't done anything to the shell. I have not installed the front truck yet, but got all the tweaked pieces straightened out, and this locomotive is actually running quite well. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this. The 8310 pulling 10 Lionel cars. That's 50% power. So as you can see, it was definitely worth the $9, even missing the front truck. So I got to dig through the parts, find a truck that'll fit it, install that, and a complete 8310 up and running. So I just got the motor reinstalled, so I'll run this about 10 minutes. Let it get used to running again now that it's lubricated. It'll very likely run a bit faster as it warms up and gets used to running again. Let's see. Anyway, I just want to do a quick follow-up video on this. As I always stress, don't overlook the junk. This thing was $9, no description, a couple of photos, and that was it. And as you see, it was definitely worth the $9. The thing's running just absolutely splendidly. E-unit works, no damage to it. So I'll scrounge around, find a front truck for it. It'll be complete, up and running. Now someone has modified the tender. They've added a couple of screws to the rear. But for now, it is good enough. As you see, this old locomotive is running just absolutely splendidly. So I just got the motor reinstalled. Let's bring it up here and we'll run it in reverse. See how it runs. As you see, so it was definitely worth the $9. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, as I always stress, you can do this on an absolute shoestring budget by buying things just like this. You take a chance, of course. I mean, there was no description. It said old locomotive, basically, and a couple of photos, and that was it. And so I checked to make sure the contactors are on it. They were. You can't tell anything from photographs. I mean, nothing. So I took a $9 chance, and here it is. I've done nothing to this except lubricate it. Pulled the motor out, of course, pulled the push rods off, but this is running just absolutely splendidly. No issues of any kind. And that's 50% power pulling 10 Lionel cars, so plenty of power. It's actually a quite good puller. As you see. So, in any case, be running this the rest of the day. I have to find a front truck for it. I should have one someplace that'll fit it. We will see. And other than that, it's complete. It needs to be cleaned up, thoroughly lubricated, and run. So I'll run it for, like I said, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, re-lubricate it, and then run it again. And the longer it runs, the better it'll run. I mean, this thing's been sitting for a very, very long time. And it's just literally covered in dirt. So I'll get the shell cleaned up, get that front truck installed. Might install a headlight in it. I could put a grain of wheat bulb in there. Not a whole lot of room, actually. But anyway, full-size motor. Thing's running just absolutely splendidly. No problems of any kind. And I haven't had to do any repairs to it at all. Lubrication and cleaning, nothing else. So, in any case, I just want to do a follow-up video on this 8310. I only buy Lionel when I can get them really cheap. And in this case, it fit the bill, and it was a great investment. It's running perfectly. It's a great addition to the collection. Even if you do nothing to it, you have a running locomotive. As you see, and it's running really well. So a quick follow-up video. Once I get the shell cleaned up and get that front truck installed, I'll do a follow-up video on it. For the rest of the day, I'm very likely just going to run it. Try it with different loads. Anyway, just getting it used to running again. It's a great little puller, there's no doubt. I mean, that's 10 cars with no problem at all at 50% power. So once it's cleaned up, it's actually going to look quite good. So a quick follow-up video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.